SR93 Boxing, I'm back with a quick video. See, a lot of fans are not appreciative, I feel like, of boxing. I just hear it all over the YTBC through not just videos, but also just comments. And, you also have fighters like Amir Khan himself saying that, oh, boxing's dying. I like Amir Khan, don't get me wrong. He's one of my favorite fighters, but I feel like he's false in here because, look, Amir Khan's career might be a little bit, dying right now. I think he'll be back. I do think he'll be back. He'll be one of, I think he'll perform really well given that those knockouts haven't affected him. And I don't think they've affected him in terms of physiologically. I think boxing has been fantastic, from late May, even mid-May, to be honest, like around the whole of, what am I saying, like late, I don't mean May, I mean like 2016, from late 2016, even mid-2016, Khan Canelo is it's not the fight that we wanted to see Canelo do, but it was two big names coming along, Kell Brook, Triple G, that was interesting. We had some interesting fights. We had some really good fights as well. We had Andrew Ward versus Sergey Kovalev, right? We had another fight, I believe, but I can't remember. I really can't remember. And we had some decent fights. Gabe Rosado versus Willie Monroe Jr. It's not a big name fight, but hey, these are competitive fights. They are not these, they're known. They are a name. They are a name in boxing. Gabe Rosado is a name in boxing. He fought Triple G. Willie Monroe Jr. fought Triple G. It's a good fight. Then we also had Ward Kovalev. That was a fight that people have been wanting for years. People have been wanting Garcia Thurman for years, and they got it on finally. Thurman Porter also happened in 2016, I believe. And so yeah, we had good fights. These are just some of the fights that I'm thinking of on top of my head. So, knowing that, and plus 27, late 2016 to early, so far in 2017, it's been great. We had, we're going to have Anthony Joshua Klitschko. We're going to have, we also had Derek Chisora in the UK. Derek Chisora versus Dillian White. Great fight. Great heavyweight fight. We had, as I said, Danny Garcia versus Keith Thurman. Again, that's a fight that people have been asking for. And we got it, right? These are some of the fights that I can think of on top of my head. Kell Brooks fighting Errol Spence. That's probably the most intriguing match that's coming up right now. I'll go into that. Why I'll probably make another video today explaining that. We're having Joshua Klitschko. Look, this is Andrew Ward Kovalev rematch. We had David Lemieux, Curtis Stevens, and that's not the biggest fight out there that people have been wanting badly, but it's a fight. It's a big fight. It's a pretty big fight. Canelo Chavez. Chavez seems a bit like a cherry pick to some people, and I did criticize it a little bit, but Canelo's going up, and Chavez is a big guy when he rehydrates. Really big guy. He's really moving up in division. We've seen Triple G, Danny Jacobs. We are seeing big fights, guys. We're seeing Badu Jack, James DeGale. I can go on. These are some of the things that I just came up on top of my head. We can come up with a lot of different... Billy Joe Saunders finally wants to fight Triple G. So these are positive things happening in boxing, and I feel like a lot of fans are not appreciating. Granted that you have your opinion, but damn, we're not getting all the fights that we wanted to see right away. This is true. We're not getting, I guess we'd like to see a Conor versus Brook. We would like to see we wanted to see Brook versus Spence quite a long time ago, but Brook was, he was taking his time for whatever reasons. But the fight is made. We wanted to see, I guess we wanted to see Joshua. We want to see Fury, Fury Klitschko rematch, or maybe, they were talking about Fury Wilder, Fury Joshua, David Haye. Maybe if he won, we would have seen him against Fury, Joshua, or Deontay Wilder. But yeah. So good fights have been taking place, and if boxing fans are not happy, they want the fights right away. I feel like I don't know what these boxing fans would be happy with. Think about it. 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, we weren't getting the fights that we wanted to see. Everything that we got was in spurts. It was like a little bit of spurts, and those were not even we weren't even asking for that fight for too much. It's like it's just better than the rest, you know. I mean, the only people that are really cherry picking is Manny Pacquiao himself. Like, I guess some fighters are doing the cherry picking a little bit, but overall, man, you have to understand that not, just because you're not getting the exact fights that you want, like Triple G, the Canelo Triple G, like a fucking Triple G Andre Ward, like whatever, it doesn't mean that boxing is dying or whatever, man. Like, we're getting big fights, we're getting good fights, we're getting a lot of good fights, and I feel like if we don't appreciate, if we don't value it, because at the end of the day, fighters fight for money, but there is an element of, fans, how fans appreciate the fighters also affects how fighters will, the type of decisions that fighters might make. I mean, this is just speculation, but if I was getting disrespected by the fans, let's say, putting me in a situation where I'm doing well, I'm a good fighter, I'm willing to fight good top fighters on a more consistent basis, and if I take a loss and fighters talk shit about me, fighting fans talk shit about me, like they treat me like as if I'm nothing, knowing that I was winning a lot of good fights, I was giving the fans what they want, and all of a sudden, just because I lost, I'm nothing now. No, I think if fans appreciate me at the time, like, okay, I took a loss, maybe I'll come back, hopefully, then that's a different thing, fighters appreciate that. But when fans are like, oh, he ain't shit now, we're just gonna hop from one dick to another, then what's gonna happen is fighters won't give a shit about you anymore. I feel like some of these fans need to understand, like, we like to criticize fighters for being cocky, arrogant, not giving the fans what they want, doing it only for money. Amir Khan, for example, was criticized for, I think, like, turning his back on the UK. Floyd Mayweather was criticized he's criticized for everything. Canelo's criticized for vacating his title. What will the fans think? This is someone told me, what will the fans think? Who cares what the fans think after all? Because fans hop from dick to dicks. I feel like fans need to respect the fighters, like appreciate the fighters a bit more. Because at the end of the day, if I'm being disrespected to the point where I feel like I'm really like completely disrespected by fans, it's one thing to have an opinion, but if I'm completely disrespected in terms of, if I give the good fights that people have been wanting and yet I'm being disrespected, do you think I'll care about the fans anymore? Do you think, like, why would I care anymore? Who cares? There's some fans that will like me. I'll think to myself, there's some fans that will like me, a lot of fans don't. I'm just gonna do it for those fans, but mainly I'm gonna do it for myself and just gonna do it for the money. And whatever satisfies me, I'll do that. Not what the fans get satisfied with, because why should I please the fans? Like, if a friend, or quote unquote friend, turns their back on you, because fans like to turn their back. Like, this is what I'm saying. This is what fans do. They turn their back on the fighters. Now, it's one thing to not be a fan, but when you just keep talking shit, it's kind of like showing a lot of disrespect, turning your back on them. If your friend does that to you, you wouldn't want to be friends with them. So why do you expect fighters to do the same thing to you? I feel like you need to understand that. And I feel like some of these, I'm not just you singly, I'm not trying to criticize these fans. I just want to bring this issue to light. And I feel like if we appreciate these fighters more, like, let's say Keith Thurman, he looks like he wants to give the fans what they want. Okay? Now imagine if he loses a fight or he doesn't look too good. If fans treat him bad, like they just talk shit, disrespect or whatever. Some people talk shit just for fun. But if those fans that were saying, oh, he's the truth, he's this, he's that, and then as soon as he looks bad, some other these fans just sort of treat him like he's nothing. And Keith Thurman might just see it like, oh, so this is how it's gonna go. So who gives a fuck about the fans now? I'm just gonna do whatever I want. I'm gonna fight whoever I want. I'm going to fight for the money. I'm not going to take them chances. So yeah, man, this is something that I feel like people need to consider. And 2017 so far has been a great year for boxing. We are going to have some big fights. free boxing. I'm out.